Well, hello there. Pastor Michelle Allen from First Presbyterian Church in Williamstown, New Jersey. But today I'm not in Williamstown. I am in Scranton, Pennsylvania, a town where I grew up and also went to college. And I am right now sitting on the campus of the University of Scranton. And I am right at the bottom of the statue of Saint Ignatius de Loyola, who is the founder of the Jesuits, who put together this university many, many years ago. It's one of the many Jesuit universities in the country. If you're familiar with Georgetown University or St. Joseph's in Philadelphia, those are also Jesuit institutions. But I came here for my bachelor's degree when I was a young lady, and this is one of the figures that stands out. I may have described it to some of you a while back. This stands out on the campus, in the midst of the campus. It's a picture of the founder, Ignatius de Loyola, who had been a soldier, and he, in the statue there, is lifting up his sword to God in his surrender of himself to God in service to become eventually what would be a monk, a Jesuit, a priest. He had been a man who loved to fight in the army, but he was severely wounded and could no longer do that, had his bones set and reset more than once, and his leg was always shorter than the other afterwards. But he became a priest as he figured out that God was calling him to serve him. And one of the verses of Scripture that I think about when I consider what he went through is from Galatians chapter 2 in verse 20 and forward, where it says, "I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me." And that was one of the realizations that Loyola had as he went through his conversion. In fact, on that statue back there, they have it in Greek, and this is the place where I first learned Greek, at this university in preparation for seminary. And in the Greek it says metanoeo, which means transformation or change. So that is right on his statue, which epitomizes what happened to him to turn around from being a soldier to a priest. And he had a famous prayer that I'd like to pray with you, because certainly he was an inspiration, not just with his deeds, but also with his words. He was a preaching order and teaching order that he founded. And this is what he prayed, so let me pray it with you as we sit here at the base of the statue. He says, "Take, Lord, receive all my liberty, my memory, my understanding, my whole will, all that I have, and all that I possess. You gave it all to me, Lord. I give it all back to you. Do with it as you will, according to your good pleasure." A beautiful prayer of surrender that Loyola made to God, probably more than once. He became famous for what is known as the spiritual exercises, which were ways of disciplining oneself and studying the Scriptures. But even here at the base of his statue, I don't know if you can see it or not, there are words here that reflect his interest in doing God's will. And it says, "Lord, teach me to be generous. Teach me to serve you as you deserve, to give and not count the cost, to fight and not heed the wounds, to toil and not to seek for rest, to labor and not to ask for reward, save that of knowing that I do your will." So I thought you'd enjoy coming out to the campus here at the University of Scranton and getting some inspiration from this man whose life was changed by Jesus Christ. God bless you until we meet again.